Lewis Hamilton gives his verdict on Mercedes' performance, McLaren has more big upgrades planned to challenge Red Bull more consistently, and Red Bull is at massive risk of losing another big name. Let's get straight into the latest F1 news. Lewis Hamilton doesn't find it necessary to determine Mercedes' position in the hierarchy following George Russell's remark that they are the fourth fastest team. The goal for Mercedes in the 2024 F1 season was to lead the charge and close the gap on the dominant Red Bull team. However, they have not achieved that ambition yet. Currently, the 8-time Constructors' champions find themselves comfortably sitting in 4th place in the standings without having secured a podium finish. During the recent Miami Grand Prix, Red Bull faced an uncommon defeat as Lando Norris from McLaren clinched his first victory in F1. Meanwhile, the best result Mercedes could attain was a 6th-place finish by Hamilton and 8th place by Russell. In response to Russell's claim that Mercedes is currently the 4th fastest team, Hamilton was asked for his opinion. However, he chose not to engage in that assessment, finding no value or justification in discussing it. When approached by the media after the Miami GP and asked if he agreed with Russell's statement, Hamilton replied, "I don't really see the point or reason behind discussing that. You can refer to where we qualified and where we stand in the championships. Based on that, draw your own conclusions." Nonetheless, despite their position, Mercedes remained somewhat in contention during the Miami race. Hamilton narrowly missed out on overtaking Carlos Sainz from Ferrari and finishing in 5th place, with Sergio Perez from Red Bull only a few seconds ahead. Hamilton expressed satisfaction in being able to keep these rivals within range, considering it a great feeling as a 7-time world champion. He confirmed, "I had a good race today. I didn't have the same pace as the drivers ahead of me, but I managed to hold on with the assistance of DRS. Towards the end, they did start to pull away. But still, it's really gratifying to keep them within sight." It's worth mentioning that I was on a different tire strategy compared to Checo, but we were both using the same type of tire. As Hamilton had previously started his Formula One career with McLaren and won his first world championship with them in 2008, he holds a special connection to the race-winning team. Therefore, he was delighted to witness McLaren back at the top of the podium. Hamilton expressed his happiness, stating, "I secured my first win with McLaren, so I'm really pleased to see McLaren regain their position. The entire team has done an exceptional job. They've been a part of my life since I was 13, so seeing them succeed means a lot to me. It's great to witness their triumph and to see the Bulls being dethroned. Additionally, I have a good relationship with Lando, and I understand what it's like to achieve that first Grand Prix victory and how special it is. So I couldn't be happier for him." Red Bull has been finalizing contract extensions for their key staff members, but rumors suggest that Jonathan Wheatley is contemplating his future with the team. With Adrian Newey set to leave Red Bull and Formula One in the near future, uncertainty surrounds the position of sporting director Jonathan Wheatley. Wheatley, a former Benetton and Renault mechanic, joined Red Bull in 2006 and steadily climbed the ranks to become the team's sporting director. During his tenure, Red Bull has established itself as a benchmark for exceptional pit stop performances, boasting 9 of the top 10 fastest pit stops in the 2024 F1 season. Wheatley is entrusted with overseeing the seamless and efficient execution of pit stops, as well as ensuring compliance with sporting regulations and other rules. Although Wheatley's contract is due for renewal, negotiations are currently underway between him and Red Bull, as reported by PlanetF1.com. In recent months, Red Bull has secured new long-term deals with several key technical staff members. Enrico Balbo, the aerodynamic chief, and Ben Waterhouse, head of performance engineering, signed new contracts in December. Technical director Pierre Wash also reaffirmed his commitment to Red Bull in February, dispelling rumors of a potential move to Ferrari. However, Wheatley's future with Red Bull remains uncertain, as there have been indications that he may seek a more senior role with another team on the grid. Exploring opportunities with other teams would also strengthen his position in the negotiations with Red Bull. It has been suggested that Wheatley has engaged in discussions with Alpine and Sauber, although no official confirmation has been provided. Alpine currently has Bruno Famin as their vice president of Alpine Motorsport, a role he assumed temporarily following the team's split with Otmar Safnauer. Sauber, on the other hand, does not have a team boss, but instead has Alessandro Aluni Bravi serving as the team representative and Andreas Seidel as Sauber CEO. Wheatley appears to have reached a professional plateau within the Red Bull organization, prompting him to search for higher-level management positions elsewhere to fulfill his aspirations. When asked about Wheatley's future, Christian Horner, the Red Bull team boss, declined to comment on ongoing contract negotiations, emphasizing that such matters are not typically discussed publicly. I mean, there's always speculation surrounding everyone, said Horner following the Miami Grand Prix. Contracts and the terms and conditions of individuals are not something we usually disclose to the public. David Coulthard acknowledges that despite Mercedes' recent struggles, we are currently witnessing one of the most fiercely competitive periods in the history of Formula One. When Formula One introduced turbocharged V6 engines in 2014, Mercedes emerged as the dominant force, embarking on a remarkable 7-season run that saw Lewis Hamilton clinch a record-equaling 7th world title. However, the 2021 season changed the tide, as Max Verstappen dethroned Hamilton, and little did anyone, including Mercedes, anticipate that it would mark the end of Hamilton's race victories and championship contention. In 2022, Hamilton's teammate George Russell secured a victory at the Brazilian Grand Prix, but Mercedes faced challenges with their cars plagued by instability issues. They traded these problems for a lack of downforce in the subsequent season. Now, with the all-new W15, correlation issues are hindering Mercedes' progress. While the data gathered at the factory suggests that the W15 generates more downforce than its predecessor, Mercedes is struggling to convert that advantage into lap times. The car's performance varies from session to session and race to race, presenting a significant hurdle. Toto Wolff even remarked that solving these problems would be an arduous task, saying that not even Red Bull's Adrian Newey, the renowned engineer, could easily tackle them. With 6 races completed in the championship, Mercedes' best result so far is a 5th-place finish, placing them 4th in the Constructors' Championship, a considerable 175 points behind the leading Red Bull team. Furthermore, it is disconcerting that Mercedes is trailing engine customer team McLaren by 60 points. McLaren recently became the first Mercedes-powered team to win a race since Russell's victory in 2022. David Coulthard, speaking to Channel 4, expressed disappointment at the current situation. He emphasized the desire to witness both George Russell and Lewis Hamilton competing at the highest level. Recognizing their exceptional talent, with Hamilton's 7 world championships, Coulthard believes that even more success could have followed. Therefore, while Mercedes is encountering difficulties, it's essential to contextualize their struggles within the intensely competitive climate of Formula One. Coulthard draws a comparison to the recent Chinese Grand Prix, where the time difference between pole position and the last place was only 1.5%. In the 100-meter race in athletics, the gap between Usain Bolt, the winner, and the person finishing 8th was 2%. These examples illustrate the fine margins and minute differences that define Formula One, an arena that represents the epitome of excellence. Coulthard suggests that Mercedes possesses exceptional drivers and should focus on identifying areas for improvement in their car despite the ongoing challenges they face. Nonetheless, he admits, right now it's troubled times. Following Lando Norris's remarkable win in Formula One, Will Joseph has cautioned their competitors that McLaren's upgraded MCL38 still has more potential to offer, particularly on circuits that are more favorable than Miami. Miami took a risk by introducing significant changes to their car during the sprint weekend at the Miami International Autodrome, where they had only 1 practice hour. The complete upgrade was solely available for Norris's number 4 McLaren. However, after finishing in 16th place during FP1, his race engineer Joseph admitted that there was a moment of concern at McLaren before they began enhancing the car's setup. Everything fell into place on Sunday when Norris outpaced Max Verstappen and claimed his first Formula One Grand Prix victory. Joseph believes that given Norris's 17th place finish in Miami last season and his triumph this year, there will be other circuits where the McLaren F1 car will be better suited. Concerning the performance gain, Joseph stated, "We fitted them to the car, just like we did in Austria 2023 when we introduced a significant upgrade. We extensively discussed the risks involved and how we plan to mitigate them. If everything goes smoothly, it's easy, but if not, it becomes challenging. In FP1, we encountered an issue and our hearts started racing. It's all about how you recover from such situations. However, we have confidence in our process. We discuss it, it progresses, and eventually falls into place. We expect the upgraded package to be more advantageous on other circuits compared to Miami. Only time will tell." The gains McLaren achieved with the upgrade are reportedly estimated to be around 0.4 of a second, although Joseph did not explicitly confirm this. Formula.Uno suggests that it was a substantial improvement, just slightly less than half the leap forward brought by Oscar Piastri's package, which did not include the new floor and side pods. This complete package not only enhanced the MCL38's aerodynamic efficiency, but also expanded the car's setup options. Consequently, McLaren was able to use a less heavily loaded rear wing. Andrea Stella, team boss, clarified, "We were able to make this adjustment because of the new package. When you update the car with a new floor and side pods, you aim to enhance its efficiency in order to avoid increasing the load through the rear wing." Additionally, the package enabled McLaren to improve the car's performance in slow-speed corners. Stella explained, "We made a deliberate decision to configure the car to optimize low-speed performance. The positive outcome in these areas is not solely due to the characteristics of the package, but is also influenced by conscious choices aimed at ensuring the car's strength in low-speed situations." Currently, McLaren holds the third position in the Constructors' Championship with 125 points, 62 points behind Ferrari, and 61 points ahead of Mercedes. If you want to win some free merch, the merch giveaway is still on. I'll do the giveaway to 10 lucky subscribers if we can get to 1,000 by the end of this week. Now watch this video next to understand what happened to Verstappen during the Miami Grand Prix. See you there.